When we first put the project together, we were looking for names, and it's so difficult to find a name for the band, for anything like that. And I just said to Rick, like, what about like the Super-Hi something, the Super-Hi Flyers or something like that? And he said, what about just Super-Hi? And we're like, wow, that's cool. I haven't heard that before. And we're like, well, that was easy.
Yeah. Also, we liked it because it was kind of like retro, like with the whole. We wanted like the sound of all the records to be just a little bit retro, and so we were kind of like Super 8, Super-Hi. It's kind of similar. Do you know what I mean? It gives that kind of old school feeling. Personally, I mean, I grew up listening to like punk music, like punk rock music. That's like kind of what got me into music. But I think George and I both sort of secretly, when we were, because George really liked hip hop, like proper, you know, hip hop, and then but secretly we both were really liking pop tunes, and but just because we were younger, we were too embarrassed to admit it. And as we kind of got older and started working in music, I just really love good songs, you know, any like great song. But
we cross over on Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's where when we first spoke, we both absolutely love chilies. So we were kind of like, we had an evening where we just listened to Red Hot Chili Peppers music and talked about how great they were, and that was like bonding for us. For us, we always say it's just about seeing these like megastars in a different world. You know, we have them in the studio and we just hang out with them as real people. We're very lucky to spend a lot of time with them, and really sort of, because we're writing music with a lot of these guys, it's like you get really intimate like vibes in the room, and you get to know them a lot better than you sort of maybe would through watching them on TV or what have you. So yeah, we just sort of love hanging out with these guys and sort of getting to the bottom of who they really are. I think that's quite cool. Ooh, it's very difficult, that.
Yeah, that really depends. Usually the good ones happen very quickly. You know, it'll be about roughly a day. You know, we'll start with an idea, and you know, in about 2 or 3 hours, we'll have the shape of it and the most of the track there, and then the rest of it is just kind of finishing touches. But then the flip side of that is then when you send it to the record label, then it can take forever after that, because they're like, oh, can you turn the hi-hats down, and can you turn them back up again, can you change this, can you change that? And so we finish like the first bit of it quite quickly, usually in a day, maybe like tops 2 days, and then the finishing can take, you know.
The summer's very quick. Yeah, that was like we had the sort of chord progression, and when we spoke to NEEKA, we kind of, between us, we had the melodies and the lyrics really quick. So that was probably 2 days from start to finish. And then when we came to actually release the record, there was no one wanted it mixed, no one wanted any changes.
I mean, we kind of had the most of it down on that first day. And then I think we came back to it the next day and just maybe looked at the mix and, you know, added a few little bits and pieces, like finishing touches. But it was a very quick one because we'd all worked together before, so it was just good chemistry and yeah, a little bit of magic in the room that day, I suppose.
Because we couldn't be together, the only hard part was the vocals, because they had to send the vocals from elsewhere, and then we had to match them up. So the only difficult part was really like editing the vocals, but other than that, it was very quick. It was a very easy song.
Yeah, Negin and Katy, they're brilliant singers as well, and their voices gel so well together. So I think that's a really big part of the sound of the song.
We can't believe it. It feels like we're in a dream. You know, we never thought that it was going to do anything really, and to see the sort of the connection that people are finding with it across the globe. You know, we're getting messages from Spain, Australia, South America. You know, it's crazy. We never thought it would happen, and we're so thankful to everybody for giving it to us.
Yeah,
really.
including people like you for taking the time to interview us, you know, because I think one of the things that you learn when you work in the music industry for a long time is just how hard it is for a new act to break, and for it to happen at this stage in our career for us, you know, it's testament to the hard work of loads of people like yourself, you know, taking the time to interview us and put stuff online, and it's all those little pieces adding up into the you know, the bigger picture. So yeah, we're just very grateful.
A journey. It takes me to road tripping with my friends. It takes me to traveling. It's like it's just this escape, isn't it? It takes me away.
Yeah.
How about you?
When we wrote the song, we I can't do one word, that's two, because I talk too much. But when we wrote it, we were thinking in our heads about one particular road trip that George and I had done from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, and we were driving through the desert in a convertible Mustang, and we were just having the best time. And we were like, wouldn't it be great if we could write a song that like encapsulated that feeling? And so yeah, that's what we tried to do.
We did it because we wanted to write a song that made us happier, and if it made, you know, one other person happier, then that was job done. We'd helped a little bit.
I mean, none of this would have happened, to be fair, without the pandemic, because we came up with the idea of doing SUPER-Hi when we were working. I wasn't even with George. We were working remotely, and I was at my house, he was at his house. We were on computer and going back and forward with stuff. And actually, you know, because we worked so much together, it was working really well. But we just said to each other, wouldn't it be great, you know, if we take this opportunity to just make some music for ourselves, and we just put one song up every month, and you know, just see what happens. And the first song was Following the Sun, so we were just absolutely blown away by the response. It's been incredible.
With us, we've written songs with other artists, with my sister before, but so this is their debut single, and it's our debut single, which is quite cool. But my sister was she was an artist in America for a long time, but she came back. Yeah, we had some chords, and we were sort of messing around with some melodies and concepts. And we were just, like you said, we were singing this da, 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 following the sun. And then we were kind of like, that's like, is that cool or is that too obvious? And someone just said, look, we should just go with it, because the one thing we can't do at the moment is following the sun. We can't travel, we can't be with friends, we can't do anything. So why don't we just, you know, try and harness some of that sadness and turn it into something more upbeat and uplifting. And that was where it came from. So the team, initially it was just us and NEEKA that wrote the song. I said previously it was my sister and a girl called Negin. And then we've teamed up with some guys called Blended, who are like they're a collective of music experts across, you know, in the world. And there was 3 of us to begin with, and then recently we've just found out there was 65 people now working on this song.
Oh, cool.
Across the globe, which is just madness. Following the Sun's still doing its thing, but we've got some good features coming up, that collaborations with people that we'd love to tell you but we're not allowed to tell you. But if you stay tuned, because I promise.
The initial idea was that we were going to put out one song every month, you know, and just go boom, 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 boom. But what happened was Following the Sun got so big and just kept on going and going and going, that everybody was like, no, we can't put another one out because we don't want to kill the momentum of this one. So you know, that's why we haven't put anything else out so far, and we're excited to do it for sure. There's another one coming in autumn.